Hi everyone, welcome. Are you a mom that is struggling with creating rules around your adult children who are living at home? I know some of you still have kids at home for various reasons, and today we're going to talk about that. So welcome. For those of you that are brand new to my channel, welcome to you. And I just want to introduce myself quickly. My name is Sally Harris, and I'm a mom who walked a difficult road with my own daughter for over 10 years. And I always say when her life spiraled, so did mine, and it does not have to be that way. So we're going to dive into this subject of rules for your adult children who are at home. Now, even if you were a mom and you had no issues with your adult child, they were living at home and you had no controversy whatsoever, you still would want these rules, right? You still need to have these rules in place. So you can call them rules, you can call them expectations, whatever you want to call them. But it's important that these things do take place because, this is something that we work through a lot of times in my group coaching program as well. Moms will have different situations and you need help. There's a lot of things that can take place in this. And it's consistency, really. It's creating these rules, but then standing behind them. And sometimes standing behind them is the hardest part, right? So let's dive in. One of the biggest thing is communication, open communication between parents and the child. So, really one way to do that is just, deciding and discussing a mutual time that could work to address any concerns that are going on, any other expectations or rules that need to be discussed or negotiated or whatever. Just to set aside that regular time, whether it's weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, whatever your family chooses. And while you're doing that, I would encourage you to really listen to what's going on. Now, if you have a child at home that is not participating and they are not abiding by any of these rules that you set forth, and you already know, are you kidding me? They are going to be throwing the piece of paper in my face. It's not going to happen. Well, if that's the case, then that's a whole nother video. But that is something that if they're not going to take place, then that's when you have to make the decision if they're going to be able to live in your home for your own sanity, as well as teaching them responsibility, right? Another thing is the financial aspect. So I firmly believe that kids do need to participate in some way, whether you need the financial help or not. I think a lot of times I see moms not charge anything at all for rent or help with food or anything like that because they want the kids to save money. And that's great if the kids are saving money, right? But a lot of times the parents don't, they come to find out later that really there was no money saved to begin with and they're just out blowing all the money. So make sure that you have the expectation, whether it's rent, whether it's participation with food, utilities, and something. Because it shows responsibility and it also shows you how responsible that they are as well. And frankly, if they're living on their own and they're not paying their bills, that's really, frankly, none of your business, right? Or mine. But when they're under your roof, you do have a right to know. So discussing even savings long-term goals is really good. Again, they're the ones that are going to have to do it. And so you get to choose how much you want to charge for rent, participation in the home, whatever makes sense for your family, right? But something needs to be on the docket there. I think it's important to have something, even if it's just $50, it needs to be something. Another aspect is chores, household responsibilities. There's a lot of responsibilities to run a house. And if your son or daughter is living with you, then that responsibility does lie on them as well. I'm not saying they have to do all your chores, but they do need to be assigned something. They need to be assigned and be responsible for something. And if they want to rotate, for example, if you have 2 kids at home and they want to rotate between who's going to do the dishes on, whatever nights or working around their schedule, or whether it's taking the garbage out or cleaning the bathrooms or whatever it is, you get to choose. But share those among the family members. Make sure that they're not doing all the work and that you're participating, everybody's participating. Because if you lead by example, it's going to go much smoother. But be open to that discussion, open to the discussion of flexibility. Things come up. Things come up where, they have to work an extra shift or, they had plans and they forgot to tell you or something, right? So be flexible. You don't have to be rigid about it. And then privacy, right? Their personal space, your personal space. So not everyone has, the mother-in-law suite or the separate, side house, kind of a guest house thing. Maybe your adult son or daughter is in their old bedroom where they grew up and it's in the family space. Now that they're adults, they're going to want more space. You want more space. And it's just being respectful of one another's privacy. And then lastly is social life and guests. I believe, you have every right to determine if other people are allowed to stay overnight in your home. That is your decision. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I do think that you need to have guidelines up front on what your expectations are. Okay? Or maybe a curfew where you can have friends over, but they need to be gone by a certain time because you need to sleep. You need to get up for work in the morning or whatever the case may be. So I hope that makes sense. All of these things are so important. These aren't meant to be hard rules. I want you to remember to be flexible. So that is something that a lot of moms forget to do, and they become so rigid that all this does is create more problems. And so you being flexible is really going to help. For those of you that are interested, if you haven't seen already, I have launched my first course. It's called Struggle to Strength, and you can find the link below to sign up for that or get more information. I would love to have you. This is an opportunity for you to also, have an opportunity to be with other moms who are going through similar situations, and we're going to dive deep into a lot of subjects. I've been working with moms for a long time, and I know the different things that are holding you back, and those are the things that I incorporated into this course. And so like I said, we're going to dive deep. You're going to have a lot of self-reflection in this course, but it also has a live component where we meet weekly on Zoom. So you all will meet with me. You get to ask any questions you want, Q&A, and that is part of the course as well. So you can get more info at the link below, and I hope to see you soon.